Princess Leonor and Prince Christian stunned in wedding. The bells rang. The world stopped. Spain's future queen walked down the aisle. And Denmark's future king waited for her. But this was no ordinary royal wedding. No polite state ceremony. No staged photo moment. Because what happened today sent shockwaves through Europe, and signaled the beginning of a new royal era. Princess Leonor of Spain. Prince Christian of Denmark. Two crowns. Two nations. One love story. From the very first moment, this wedding felt different. It wasn't just grand, it was alive. Full of emotion. Full of history. Full of destiny. The crowd outside the cathedral was electric. Spanish flags waved alongside Danish flags. The air was filled with cheers, music, and camera flashes. People weren't just watching, they were part of something historic. Leonor arrived first, stepping out of the royal car with quiet confidence. Her gown, simple yet regal, stunned the world. Pearl detailing symbolized Spain's deep royal heritage. But there was also a touch of modernity, a nod to a future queen who will reign in a new era. Christian waited inside, visibly emotional. For years, speculation about their relationship had filled headlines. Whispers of secret meetings. Glimpses of friendship turning into something deeper. And today, all those whispers turned into a roar. When Leonor reached the altar, Christian smiled in a way the world had never seen. Not the formal, polite royal smile, but a real one. Warm, personal, human, and that is what made this moment unforgettable. This was not just a union of two royal houses. This was the union of two hearts. But let's rewind. How did we get here? Leonor, raised under the weight of history, prepared for leadership since birth. Military training, public duty, speeches that captured the attention of Spain. Yet through it all, she remained grounded. Christian, the quiet prince of Denmark, has been called Europe's most eligible royal bachelor. Handsome, athletic, thoughtful, a young man trained to one day be king. For years, their lives ran parallel. Two young heirs living under the same spotlight. Until fate brought them together. Their first public meeting sparked speculation. Their second, during Leonor's visit to Copenhagen, sent royal watchers into overdrive. And now, with this wedding, the speculation is over. Inside the cathedral, the ceremony began with solemnity. The music chosen honored both nations, Spanish choirs, Danish hymns. Every note seemed to tell the story of two countries uniting. When it was time for vows, the entire room fell silent. Leonor spoke first, her voice steady, her eyes shining. Christian followed, his words tender but strong. Observers said it was the most emotional royal wedding in decades. Even Queen Letizia was seen wiping away tears. King Felipe looked on with pride, his face a mixture of dignity and deep emotion. But the most touching moment came after the vows. Instead of turning immediately to the cameras, Leonor and Christian shared a quiet exchange. A few words, a shared laugh. A moment just for them. And somehow, the cameras caught enough to let the world know, this was real love. The banquet that followed was filled with warmth. Gone was the stiffness of traditional royal dinners. There was laughter, clinking glasses, heartfelt speeches. Queen Margrethe toasted to the future of both nations. King Felipe spoke of unity, love, and hope. But the highlight came when Christian and Leonor took to the dance floor. The crowd fell silent as the music began. Their first dance was slow, elegant, but filled with chemistry. By the time the music ended, the room erupted in applause. And yet, the wedding was more than a fairy tale. It was a symbol, a sign that Europe's monarchies are entering a new chapter. A chapter defined by authenticity, partnership, and the courage to follow one's heart. Because royal marriages have not always been about love. History is filled with alliances of convenience, matches made for politics. But this one felt different. This was a marriage built on friendship, trust, and respect. As the evening ended, Leonor and Christian appeared on the palace balcony. The cheers outside were deafening. Children sat on their parents' shoulders waving flags. Tears ran down faces in the crowd. For a moment, it felt like the whole world was united. And that is why this wedding matters. It's not just about two royals finding love. It's about what they represent. A new generation ready to lead with heart. The question now is what comes next. Leonor will one day be Spain's queen. Christian will one day be Denmark's king. Together, they will shape Europe's future. Will this union strengthen ties between Madrid and Copenhagen? Will it inspire other royal families to embrace a more open, modern approach? And how will Leonor balance her role as queen with her life as a wife and, one day, mother? These questions will define the years ahead. But tonight, none of that matters. Tonight, the world celebrates love. Tonight, the future looks bright. And tonight, history has been written. Princess Leonor and Prince Christian did not just stun in their wedding. They reminded the world that fairy tales, real ones, still exist. And that sometimes, the crown sits lightest on those who wear it with love.